Hey guys, so today it's just me. I have a lot of requests actually asking me on my nursing page, how did you get into nursing? What does it take to be a cosmetic injectionist? So people ask me, oh, do I have to take nursing in order to be a cosmetic injector, in order to inject botox, in order to inject filler, in order to draw blood and do PRP, so all that fun stuff. Yes, you do have to be a nurse, and I'm gonna tell you how to become a nurse with no science background and no background at all whatsoever. So let's go. So I had just graduated journalism, and I wasn't sure if I was actually gonna continue doing journalism and taking it on as a career. So I was kind of, doing laser with my mom, and we were talking, and she was kind of saying, why don't you just take up, doing Botox and fillers? And I was kind of interested, and I'm like, it's kind of really fun because I was in the skincare and beauty kind of industry, so I thought, why not elevate my practice and go into nursing? So doing a lot of research, I just realized it was a really long road ahead, especially because in high school I never took any sciences. I always thought I was really, really bad at science, so I never actually pursued it after grade 10. In grade 10, I believe I got a 60. I finished with a 60. So I was not science or math inclined. Coming out of journalism with a journalism degree, I was unsure of how I can actually go into nursing school without having any kind of prerequisites. So I had to, first of all, the first thing I had to do was get my high school credits. So I went to an adult high school in Toronto. It wasn't that expensive. I just had to purchase the books, to be honest, and then you just give them the books back and they give you money back, but it was free. A lot of people, they do like private academies, and it's much more expensive that way, so you can get your high school credits however you need to. I don't believe there's an online option for that. And I also just feel like I needed to be in class and actually learning science and maths again to actually learn and prep myself for nursing school. So what I needed grade 11 and 12 chemistry and biology, as well as grade 11 and grade 12 math. So once I was done with all of my prerequisites high school wise, I had to maintain a minimum just to get into a pre-health sciences. So what they don't tell you to actually get into nursing school, especially in Toronto, it's really, really competitive, and I really wanted to get into the best school that was applicable for me, and that was George Brown, and I felt that it has the highest passing rate for the NCLEX. So I really, really wanted to get into that school, and I was going to do whatever it takes to get into that school. So you need to maintain an average to actually be selected into a pre-health sciences program. So when you take these high school credits, you have to make sure you maintain like an 80 average or more. Once I was actually selected to be in the pre-health sciences, it was another kind of competition. So I believe it was only 20 of us got seats into the George Brown College Nursing School. We were kind of like in a classroom, I think it was of 35, and we were doing tests, we were doing learning, and we were doing extensive learning. It was kind of like a medical sciences kind of program. It was pretty intense, and you had to get really, really high grades even to be selected into the George Brown. And luckily, I was able to have the time and opportunity to be selected into the George Brown nursing program. So even just to get into the nursing program, it was just such a long procedure, but I'm like so much more grateful that I have had to go through that just to get into nursing school. The nursing program that I did was the RPN. I know that there is RN, and that's for university credits. That is a 4-year program as opposed to a 2-year RPN program. RPNs are allowed to inject, so that's pretty much as far as I really needed to be a cosmetic injector. If I could, I would go back and maybe possibly do my RN, but at this point in time, I'm really just focused on furthering my injector research and taking more classes in beauty and cosmetics, just so I can further progress as a cosmetic injector and really put my name out there. So I'm really, really happy with the title that I have, and maybe one day I want to go to RN, I think just for my personal kind of gain, but I'm happy as an RPN, and you can definitely be legally allowed to inject. So semester 1 of nursing school was super easy. I found it like the easiest thing ever. It was just like anatomy, and I don't know, I found that stuff very interesting. The math wasn't even like too bad either. So I found that super, super easy, and I'm like, this is going great. Like, this is super easy. And everyone was telling me George Brown is super, super hard. So I was like, no way, like this is like super easy. Take in that semester 1, I wasn't working any nursing shifts. So I was just studying and that was pretty much it. It was a bit, I mean, I think I had 7 courses a semester. Taking in that it was like science and maths, like pretty much all of it, it would be kind of stressing, but I didn't find it too bad at all. Enter semester 2. So that's when I first started working in the hospital as a nurse, a student nurse, and it was a lot. It's hard because you're having to, you know, do these 12-hour nursing shifts and then go home and study for these really, really intensive exams. The exams were super, super hard. I just remember taking like pathophysiology, pharmacology, and just all these like really, really hard courses. I was really, really killing myself. You really just need to be focused, and you need to kind of put your social and your kind of like financial life aside, because you really just need to like be on it. I don't remember a single day from semester 2 to semester 3 that I wasn't studying or doing an assignment. Semester 3, I was also doing the hospital shifts, and my preceptor wasn't the nicest. At the end, I feel like I did learn the most from her, but she was just very hard to read, and I don't know if she liked me. Even though I was trying to be like super nice, I don't know if she 100% liked me. But always be nice to your preceptor and learn as much as you can. You know, a little tip for working in the hospitals or nursing homes, always just kind of like try to like learn from your preceptor and ask them, what can I do? Is there anything fun that I can like look into? So I remember even one time I volunteered to like bring the body to like the morgue and like put the body in a bag, just because I really just wanted to be in there and just make it seem like I was really interested. I was really interested in the actual nursing itself, and that's just one of the things that really, really helped me. Semester 4 was my favorite because semester 4 is just pretty much your preceptorship, which is like you just getting your hours pretty much for nursing. The reason why I love it so much was because I was actually selected amongst a few applicants to actually work at a summer camp. I worked at an all-girls female summer camp, and it was so fun. I absolutely loved it. I don't know if I'll be able to go back because of quarantine, but if I ever have the opportunity, I will do it a million times over. I love the people that were there. It was Camp Oconto, represent. It was so good, so fun. And I was just working with the kids one-on-one and connecting with females, assessing them. And pretty much I had full autonomy to assess them, treat them, and then talk to them during the day. So I really, really enjoyed that. I loved being a positive, empowering leader in the community. And then I also taught yoga there, which is really, really cool. But if you ever get an opportunity to do like a fun preceptorship, I would definitely say like send in your application, send in your resume, you never know, or even ask your school if they're doing any fun preceptorships, because it's a whole semester and it can really like make or break you as a nurse and realize like either I want to do this or I don't want to do this. It didn't necessarily change me as like, oh, I want to be, a nurse working in the front lines, but it definitely gave me another kind of side and perspective to nursing, and I realized that I did want to further and go into that. So that was really, really fun working in pediatrics. And then I was done. I was done nursing school, and I was so happy. I was so happy because it was the longest, I think in total it was about like 3 years of my life that I dedicated to getting into nursing school and then finishing nursing school. Once nursing school is over, it's not over. I still had to get my phlebotomy certification, which was only a day, so it wasn't too bad. And then I had to write the nursing exam. So I did a nursing prep workshop, and I'll put the link below. If you are in the Toronto region, I would definitely recommend doing a nursing prep workshop, just because you want to be able to just take the workshop, get everything, study properly, and then pass. Because if you have to take it again, it's another $300, and it's hard to write the test a second time and kind of feel a little bit unmotivated because you failed the first time. So do it right the first time, study really hard, take the workshop, take the prep and take the test. When I wrote the test was 4 hours. I wrote the test in 2, not boasting or whatever. I didn't find it too easy, but I didn't find it too hard. I honestly didn't know if I was gonna pass or not because I wasn't sure of the answers. The answers were so subjective. Like, for an example, one of them was like, your patient is gonna pass away. How do you tell the family? And it's like, do you put the family in another room? Do you tell it with the patient there? And like questions like that just make you really question your humanity and you question your own morals. So I wasn't even sure if I was right, but luckily I did pass. I was super happy. Just felt really, really blessed, and then I was able to work. If you are planning to work as a cosmetic injector, what I would suggest is to actually take some skincare courses before nursing school. That way you get your skincare background. You're not having to do it in nursing school. So then when you're out, you have a proper education in skincare. I did a medical aesthetics course 5 years ago, and then I also did a chemical peels course, which was great because I got to learn about chemical peels and actually doing skincare. And then I did a facials course. I kept taking courses along the way, but they were kind of like just like mini weekend courses. So do as much as you can with skincare, just so when you come out of it, you're already prepared. I already had a job waiting for me, which I was so blessed for, and it is the job I'm currently still working at, and I am so blessed that I'm able to do what I love every day, and that's because I know I work so hard for it. And if you're able to do this, and if you really, really have a dream of being a cosmetic injector, I know you can do it too. You just gotta stay motivated and just try your best. So yeah, that's my nursing journey. I know it was a long one, but hopefully you stayed throughout and you got some great tips from it. If you have any other questions, you can put it down in the comments below. I would be glad to answer some, or you can even DM me at Victoria Marie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow me and Claudia on Instagram and TikTok, and follow our sister account as well, Victoria and Claudia. Bye. See you guys.